Hey, welcome to the Northwest Georgia Football Scoreboard Show. Lawrence Morgan, Benton Burge. Man, it's hard to believe it's the last Friday night of the season, huh?
Flew by, man, flew by. 12 weeks of it, too. You get 2 bye weeks. Wow.
Yeah, so tonight we'll run through some of the final scores, some big games around the area, and we'll tell you who we think the teams are going to match up with in the playoffs. I think everything's pretty much set, right? I mean, there's nothing really going to a tiebreak or anything, I don't believe.
No, I believe the things that did go to a tiebreaker, we already kind of have it shaked out. We kind of know what the tiebreaks were. But I guess we'll start off by talking about some of the games some of the bigger games tonight. There was a couple of the games that were like region championship, quote unquote, games. Big time battle up in Fannin, where Fannin pulled ahead and beat Dade County 21-17, I believe.
21-17. Yeah, Dade had a 14-7 lead at half. Came out in the second half, kicked a field goal to go up 17-7. Seth Reese busted a 56-yard touchdown run halfway through the third, and Bannon scored a go-ahead touchdown with about 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Heck of a battle up there, though.
Yeah, man. It was looked like a good crowd on both sides too. I watched a majority of that game along with about five others on my multi-screen here.
Yeah, same here, man. I like sitting down here in the basement with about four screens going. Had a little heater next to me. Um,
Got also another quote unquote region championship game. We had the Rockmart Ringo game. Um, an interesting finish on that was 18-9, or what was that?
18-6.
6, excuse me.
Yeah, I watched
18 to
some.
6.
I watched some of that game too on the Ringo telecast. Man, that Rockmart defense, fast, man. Um, I expect them to go a long way in the playoffs. Young, but man, we got guys all over the field.
Yeah, and that's the key. Young, we've already made mention, and I know it's a little early for this, but the Rockmart's coming back to Double A. That's
Yeah,
going to be prime opportunity next year for Rockmart to try to win them a state title.
yeah. I know everybody's sitting on their hands in 7 AA and 5 AA, man, just waiting to see where they're going to fall.
Yeah. Well, I don't see anybody. Nobody's set to leave 7 AA, correct?
No.
And you're going to get. We already know you're pretty much going to get Bremen, I believe, out of 5 AA. So there's your spot.
What was you talking about?
We'd made mention Rockmart coming back down and how young they were and talented they were. They beat Ringo tonight in the quote unquote region championship game.
Got you. Hey, Benton, Coach Peavy sent you a follow request to get that link.
I did, and I tried to send it to him, and he doesn't. I guess he doesn't accept messages, but I tagged him. I tagged him in a thing, so he should have a notification that I tagged him.
Oh, did you try to send the link like a second ago?
Oh, I got it now. I got it. It'll let me send a message now.
I'm about to say he called me and I had to walk him through the process of how to send him.
I guess the other big championship game that was going on tonight was Cedartown and Heritage. I guess technically Heritage could have won 7-4A if they won that game, but
Central. I mean, didn't Cedartown win by a lot?
Yeah, it was 42-0 at halftime. I think they must have ran the clock second half. It ended up being 49-0. Cedartown with back-to-back region titles. We got quite a few back-to-backs here in the area. You know, Rockmart going back-to-back, 6 AAA, Fannin back-to-back, and 7 AA, Cedartown back-to-back. Rome held on tonight.
Yeah, I seen that game earlier, and it was close. I was like,
yeah, that was that forced the three-way tie. All the three games that we were looking at, or the three teams that we were looking at, Rome, Carrollton, and South Paulding, they all won tonight, so that forced that three-way tie, and shakes out at Rome, then Carrollton, then South Paulding.
Gotcha.
You're there. We're there now.
Look
Hey,
at
bud.
there. You got your partner with you today.
My guy right here. This is my man, Crew. Crew, tell everybody on the interview. Tell them who loves you the most. Papa.
Oh man.
That's right. You gonna get down? He's gonna go run in the field house. That's how we learn to combat colds and viruses and everything. We just live in the field house for a while.
Oh man.
Well, how's everybody doing?
Good, Coach.
How about yourself, Coach?
Good. Had a good day.
It's always a great day when you beat Bremen.
Yeah, it was a good day for us for sure.
I watched the majority of that game. Man, just impressive team. I like the team. I'm going to get to see it in person next week. It may be unfortunate for us, but I'm excited to get down there. I don't think I've ever been to Harrelson Stadium. Never been down there.
Yeah, it took us a little while to get going, but came out in the second half and played good. And part of that's because of Bremen. They played well. They gave their best effort, and gave their coach everything they had. And so, like I said, I'm not taking anything away from them. Felt like we just kind of had a week off and we were a little bit rusty, and then came out in the second half and played kind of the brand of football we expect.
Playoff time now, huh?
Yeah. Switch over to the playoffs.
We're excited about that. We're excited to get to host a home playoff game, and our community showed out tonight, and hopefully they will next week too. And we kind of said that when we came out for half. I pointed out this huge crowd that we had. It was huge and it was very loud, and I think everybody in the crowd had a cowbell, and they were all ringing. And I told our team that crowd right there deserves more, and they gave it to them. So I'm excited for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys win next Friday, you get two at home. So
yeah, anytime, the possibility of that. But listen, we know Chattanooga's got some great players, and the crazy thing is I coached against Coach Peak when I was in Huntsville, Alabama. He was at North Jackson, and we played against each other then, so we kind of have a history together. And so like I said, I'm familiar with Coach. I hadn't talked to him since he's been at Chattooga, but and I know Chattooga's got that great running back, and I think the quarterback is a pretty special kid too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I believe you're speaking of Nick Hester. He started at quarterback, and I think he's more into running back, wide receiver style.
Okay.
He hadn't really played quarterback of late.
Yeah, it's Hester and Lester. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the two. The two most skilled guys, I guess you'd say, up on the skill.
Yeah. I've heard a lot about him. Matter of fact, I've actually heard about him for years. I know. I've always heard about it. I think every year he's rushed for over 1,000 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So, and that's from. I mean, we don't play him. We don't have any. We have some common opponents, but that's just from maybe Twitter or something over the past few years. So I know he's a pretty special kid. So we're going to have a big challenge ahead of us here too.
Yeah,
Pepperell, I guess. Yeah, I guess the one common opponent you've had this year is Pepperell.
Yeah,
Pepperell
I think probably Model too.
Yeah, Model.
But again, I don't think I've ever seen any film on Chattooga. I think we play those guys before they get into their region play. So I haven't seen anything on them. So, and it's hard to overlook Bremen. So, I'm probably behind probably some coaches that looked at it, and we just not afforded that opportunity when you play such a good opponent as we did with Bremen. And, they just do so much stuff. So I keep telling our coaches we're not going to overlook anything, and we'll worry about the next, the first round when it gets here. And so I guess tomorrow morning we're going to have to get to work.
I tell you, the best thing I've seen about next Friday night, just looking here, is it's supposed to be 65.
Hey, always tell our kids that, if you wear sleeves, you're soft and all that kind of stuff. And so I go out in my regular coaching shirt, and at halftime I am freezing. So if you can look, I got some sleeves on, so I guess I'm soft.
You're getting soft in your old age, huh?
I'm getting soft in my old age for sure. So I got some sleeves on. It kind of changed our luck. So maybe I'm not that soft. Maybe it's just I could sell it as trying to change our luck.
There you go. You're just trying to change it up a bit.
He did always tell us that the elements was not going to be the reason we lost a football game.
The what wasn't?
The elements. He said
the elements.
Yeah. No, every day sunny and 75. It don't matter what it is. It's sunny and 75 every day. I did that when I was in Huntsville. Yeah, I did that when I was in Huntsville, and I tried to tell the kids it was freezing one week, and we were playing, and everybody was worried about the cold. So I went out in flip flops and short and a cutoff, and I was like, "It's sunny and 75," and then I got pneumonia. So that was a bad idea too.
Oh man!
But I didn't tell the kids I had it. I just had to suck it up. So.
Mind over matter, right, Coach?
You got to
if you
make
don't
them
mind,
believe.
it don't matter.
That's right. You got to make them believe for sure. So, it's been good. This has been a good day. Been a great day for our community, and it's just exciting. I'm excited for them. Been a long time. They never won one, so you got to be excited for everybody here. And our crowd showed out too. It was awesome.
Sweet.
Well, awesome, man. We look forward to seeing you next Friday night.
Well, guys, I appreciate you, and DJ sent me the link right there, so I appreciate you guys talking about our kids, man. And I don't see how. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Clay Hyatt is a phenomenal football player, and people are missing out. I'm gonna tell you, that kid, he's a leader. He's everything. We got some other ones too now. Riley Bell, JoJo, Wesley, those guys. I mean, Cade Mullins, Eli Salmon, those guys. We have some really good football players. So I'm proud for our guys, and I'm proud for our community.
Thank you, Coach.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, man.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it.
Thank you.
I love that man.
Yeah, man. He's awesome. He's an awesome fellow, man.
He seems like a great guy to play for.
He is. And the way I would describe it as a player that played for him, he was like my dad, pretty much.
I got you.
He always checked up on you. He made sure you was never soft. That was for sure. You rolled your ankle, you was not going to show it, and you was not going to show that you was hurt. He was big on, you pull yourself to a higher standard.
Yeah. I showed up this summer with the Army guys, and they came out there one morning, man. It was, 80 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they were running those guys through those drills. And then there was Coach Peavy out there doing it, impressive for, a 50-year-old fella.
2 weeks ago, a guy that, used to film some stuff for him is at Jack State right now. One of the coach's sons, they went and did a Spartan run. And Coach Peavy, I believe, won first in his age group.
Man.
Oh, it's for you, Mr. Kaufman. Give that line some love, man.
The line did do great tonight. I mean, to go through the game, I mean, it's like Coach Peavy said, the first part, it was a struggle. Bremen was up by 10-0 at one point. And you kind of felt everybody was getting kind of worried. But the line and some great plays by, great blocking all around. I mean, there's one video I have up on my Twitter of Caden Bowens, number 44, the fullback. I mean, he sets the edge beautifully and runs the guy downfield, allowing Wesley Cole to score from, I think, 50 yards out. Clay Hyatt had two 171-yarder, 2 168-yarder straight up the middle. And that's impressive with a D line like Bremen has. You got Avery Hill. That kid's a baller. Have the privilege to talk to his dad some. That kid is an amazing kid. 6'5", 285, has D1 authors, and then you got Caden Sweat, who's I think 6'4", probably about the same, 260, 275, and that's a big defensive line. Right there in the middle, and them kids play a heck of a game. And Hester County's offensive line, was just able to it's like Coach Peavy always told us, the first through 20th time they're going to stop it, but once you get to that 21st, 22nd, 23rd of just straight running it down the middle at their neck, it's going to break, and that's what happened there in the third and fourth quarter. It started breaking up the middle. So, for the offensive line, it's what they've been doing all year, pushing people around, bullying them, and making the other team tap out. I'm not saying Bremen tapped out, but they for sure was tired of getting hit at the end of the game.
Oh yeah, I can understand that.
Here's some news here, man. We'll see how this works out as the week goes on. But Rockmart lost their starting quarterback to injury tonight. Sophomore Davis has had a heck of a year, man, and they're going to need him next week versus Stevens County. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, Bremen started their freshman, I think, this week. They didn't start Christian Burks. They started he's either freshman or a sophomore.
Mims? Is it Mims?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, freshman. Yeah, he's a freshman. They
started him this week, and I was very surprised. I mean, I wasn't really that surprised, but I was surprised in a game like this that they would start him. He did good. You could tell he's young and needs to develop a little bit more, but he did good while he was in there. They have plays where they brought Christian in, too, and then they let Blake run some out of the backfield. So Bremen did a lot of trying to mix it up, trying to get plays to break in different looks. So.
Yeah, I guess the Rome fans are excited about this, man. Carrollton scored in the last minute to beat Douglas County. I mean, if Carrollton would have lost that game, Rome would have been the 2 seed.
So now, did Rome win that region then?
Yep. Rome is 1, Carrollton 2, South Paulding 3, Douglas 4. Oh yeah, everybody wants to know about playoff matchups, man. Let's get started on the playoff matchups.
All right. Where you want to start? You want to start?
We'll start with 6A, and we'll start low, work our way high.
Okay. You want to start it out with 5A private versus 7A, or you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead and run 7A private, and I'll look up some lines here as we're going.
Okay.
Just give everybody an idea.
Let's see here. 7A private, which is the Final Four. Darlington is the 1 seed. Mount Parham is the 2 seed. Christian Heritage is the 3 seed. And North Cobb is the 4 seed. North Cobb will be on the road at Region 5A Holy Innocents. Christian Heritage will be at Westland. Mount Vernon will go to Mount Parham, and then Darlington will host Hebron Christian, in the first round of the private playoffs.
All right, it looks like Darlington will be a 22-point favorite to move on to the second round over Hebron, and Christian Heritage going down to Wesleyan is a 30-point underdog.
Yeah, I figured there was going to be some very interesting lines. I can't wait till we get to a little bit bigger regions and see what some of the lines are here. The next one, go ahead, DJ.
By the way, it is Mount Perrin.
Mount
Perrin. Yep. All right, P-A-R-A-N. I got you.
I didn't want nobody to come in here and yell at you like the Rome fans do.
Yeah, I mean, Rome won the region title. Smile, Rome fans. Public going to 6A versus 8A. Pretty sure we got everything squared away here. Bowden will be the 1 seed, and they'll host Commerce. Trine is the 2 seed, and they will draw Social Circle. Mount Zion is the 3 seed. They'll be on the road at Lincoln County. Good luck. And Gordon Lee is the 4 seed, and they will have Washington Wilkes.
Yep.
What you got on that, your number, man?
Yeah, Bowden is a 17-point favorite over Commerce.
Okay.
Tryon will be a 15-point favorite over Social Circle.
Wow.
Mount Zion heading down to Lincoln. They're going to be a 14-point underdog. And Gordon Lee, about a 28-point underdog at Washington Wilkes.
I mean, that's what you would expect. I mean, Charles, tough one tonight, man. I watched a good bit of that game. I thought you had an opportunity there toward the end. I thought, oh man, they're gonna do something special.
Yeah, it was a heartbreaker. We did a really great first half, and then Callaway, credit to them, they adjusted at halftime and shut us down. I think we only had 2 or 3 first downs in the second half. 2 of them were on that last drive. But yeah, it was a tough one. But credit to Callaway. They came out, did their job in the second half. It was two totally different ball games, first half and second half.
Man, I know you didn't want to lose this one. You want to come out victor, but that puts you at the 3rd seed, and you get to go see that third monkey mentality over at Magic Morgan Stadium in Dade County, I believe.
Yeah, it's Dade County.
Yeah, it's that'll be a trip. Are you planning on going, or you don't know?
I go to every Herd game.
He's going.
Dating back
it's a nice trip over there. I like Dade Counties.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, Trenton's a fun place to watch a game. I'm actually thinking about going up there next Friday night. It's either going to be there or Bremen and Fannin and Blue Ridge.
And if we can survive up there, then we'll probably end up all the way down in Thomasville.
Yeah, so let's go over the matchups there. 5AA, 7AA. You've got Chattooga. Yeah. Chattooga traveling to Haralson County.
Yes, sir.
Haralson County is a 35-point favorite. Pepperell traveling to Callaway. Pepperell is a 30-point underdog. Herd making that trip up to Trenton. Herd is a 7-point favorite in Trenton.
Doesn't surprise me.
And Fannin is a 9-point favorite against Bremen.
And the reason why I say it doesn't surprise me, and I don't want Dade County fans on my tail, so I'll explain why I say it doesn't surprise me, is because all year long, everybody's underestimated Dade County. And I'll be straight up with you. I didn't expect Dade County to go up there and play Fannin as close as they did. So more power to them. Congratulations. Second place, hosting a home playoff game. I wouldn't put it past Dade County. I would definitely. That 7 points is it's not a lot.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Uh-oh. Bold prediction.
And I'm gonna say 5A goes 4-0 first round.
5AA.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And I say the Bremen fan is going to be really, really close. And I think it's a lot less than 9. I've watched Bremen twice and they've blocked a lot of field goals, so it's not going to surprise me if it's a 1-point game. And that's what I think. I feel like Bremen can pull it out, but if not, either way, I think it's going to be a 1-point game and it's going to be a close game. Which I haven't seen Fannin play in person, so I don't really know, what Fannin looks like. So, like I said, I don't want nobody to yell at me, so I'm only going off of what I've seen, And then, I feel like that Pepperell game. You said Pepperell plays Callaway?
Yeah, play at Callaway.
I feel like if DJ Rogers can get going, it's not going to be a 30-point game. It may be a 21-point game.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to yell at me. So Bremen might win, but so might Fannin.
Well, that's bold. That's a way to step out there on that.
I told you, I don't want nobody to yell at me, so I'm not going to say. I think that Fannin and Bremen game is going to be really close, and that Herd Dade County game. I've had a chance to watch Herd a couple times. I think that game could be close too, but I feel like Herd's going to win that easy. Well, I won't say Herd's going to win it.
I think the problem with Herd, though, is having to travel that far. I think anytime you have to travel that far,
it takes
has to take something out of you. It has to take a toll on you. That's a heck of a drive, right? From Franklin to Trenton. Do you guys have to go through Alabama up to Chattanooga and down, or what? Charles? I think Charles locked up on us over there.
He fell asleep.
Sir, I'm doing the Google search right now the best way.
I think Chris said that he had to.
I'll look up 6 AAA, 8 AAA here. We know who everybody's playing in 6 AAA. Your 6 AAA playoff teams are set. You've got Rockmart at the 1, Ringgold at the 2, Adairsville at the 3, and North Murray with their win tonight clinches the 4th spot. And you'll have North Murray going to Monroe area.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
2 hour and 45 minutes.
When I was in my senior year, Monroe area was really, really good.
Yeah, there will be a 30. Again. Yeah, North Murray will be a 28-point underdog at Monroe area.
Isn't that region with Monroe area, Dawson County, and all them?
No, it's Oconee County. Adairsville will be traveling to Oconee. Adairsville 22-point underdog. Ringgold will be hosting Hart County. And Ringgold will be a 12-point underdog at home versus Hart. And then Stevens travels to Rockmart. And Rockmart will be a 6-point favorite.
Wow.
Over Stevens.
You said that Ringgold was not favored in that game?
Yeah, 12-point underdog at home against Hart.
Which Hart's a good program. That's who put Harrison County out of the playoffs last year. Not last year, 2 years ago. They had a good program.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound close, does it? Huh? Go straight up 27.
Actually, it takes you straight up 27 till you get to Cedartown. Yeah, that's exactly the way it takes you. You go to bypass, then you bypass to Coosa, hang a left, go Highway 9 till you get to 35, go through Galesville, go across to 59, and go all the way up to Trenton. Yep, that'd be the way I'd go.
That's some back roads, though, you know.
Hey, nah, I travel all the time.
45.
Walk
about 2 hours, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Got to go by the lake. Got to go by Weiss Lake, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's the concern that I have is the line of scrimmage play for teams like Chattooga, Pepperell. You know, Dade County held up pretty good against Fannin, but I know nobody else really has. So maybe Dade's got a chance against Hurd. I mean, Hurd's offensive line looked pretty decent to me. So, I mean,
what, 305? You told me, Charles?
You what?
You told me that Hurd's offensive line averaged 300, correct?
Yeah, they're one of the biggest around. The smallest ones, just a little bit under 250.
Yeah, I would say that Chattooga doesn't have a player over 250 on the offensive line, so that tells you how small we're going to be.
Number 74 on Hurd County got offered from Kennesaw State this week. I actually got to see him on his visit. I was up there with a few of the Harrison County guys. Great young man, has a bright future.
Yeah.
I don't know why this just come to my head, but you said something about Jacksonville State earlier. I noticed where they went in. They changed divisions. They're going to change divisions. They're going Division II, I believe.
Jacksonville State?
Jack State. They're going 1, man. They're going to be in a conference USA.
Conference USA, yeah, D1,
Yeah.
excuse me.
I was about to say, they're going it was like
Conference USA, excuse me. Yeah, you're
that's
right.
like he was telling me that Coosa was the 3 seed instead of Pepperell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was looking at the score, the Coosa score. My apologies. I had you flipped out, didn't I?
Hey, are you feeling okay today? You didn't fall, bump your head, anything, you know?
I'm good. I'm good.
I gotta look out for you, you know?
I got my notes right here.
Yeah,
right, man.
Both kids.
I want to make a quick.
Let's move on down the notepad.
Wait. Charles got something here.
Yeah.
I want to make a quick comment about crowds, and DJ will like this because Harrison County was great with our game. I mean, yeah, they shut us out and all that, but the crowd that Harrison County brought and packed out the stands on the other side, and were loud and noisy. And then, Callaway had a decent showing tonight, but considering they're the defending state champs and they're playing for a home game in the playoffs, and they're only 20 minutes down the road from us, it was pretty sad that the showing that showed up over there. And, I don't understand why more schools can't be like Harrelson and just come and represent and support their kids. We always travel deep. Bad years, good years. It wasn't just 2018 when we were headed for the state title. It's been year in, year out. And it just bothered me tonight looking over at Callaway and the crowd that they had brought. I was like, they should be packed up with that group of kids they have year in, year out. Just outstanding teams.
Yeah, that's something I noticed tonight watching the Dade Fannin game. The Dade trip to Blue Ridge is about 2 hours, but the Dade side was packed out.
They support their team. Normally Dade basketball, Dade football, softball, all those programs are supported.
It's one of those things where you got to get the community to buy in. Me and Charles talked about it after they beat Bremen. And I was talking about how Callaway, I was surprised that Callaway didn't have as many fans as I thought they would have. Like, even the camera guys that was there for Callaway was talking about how our crowd was better than their crowd. And like Charles said, it's surprising. That's the defending state champions with a chance to, at that point, a chance to still be the number one seed. So for me to see that, Coach Peavy always coached about, getting the community to buy into what you're trying to do. And that's why you see, like, a lot of our fan base and a lot of Harrison County's fan base and other teams, is the community's bought into what they're doing. Even if they're winning or losing, the community has to be bought in. And I just, like I was telling Charles, I just feel like it kind of reminds me of some of the college games that you go to. The only people that are there are the parents of the kids, and that's it.
Yeah. Did you got through 6 AAA, didn't you? Or did we discuss that?
Yeah. Now we're at 7 4A.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 Quad A. Cedartown's the 1 seed, and they'll draw Hampton out of 5 Quad A. Northwest Woodfield will host Fayette County. Heritage will be on the road at Luella. And Central Lines have a trip for Riverdale.
Right.
Yeah, isn't that the surprise? Wasn't Central the surprise? Because wasn't we 5 weeks ago talking about how they was the first team out?
Yeah, well, I believe so. I believe it was it was between them. Pickens was in the mix.
Yeah, it was them.
And I think, a couple weeks ago when Pickens was upset, we called it upset. I know the Central wouldn't call it an upset, but when Pickens was upset by Central, I think that really helped their standings as far as getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I just want to bring to attention, I don't know if y'all seen RJ tweet out about the kid that got, pulled off in the stretcher. I just wanted to say, everybody pray for him. Even though I don't know the kid, I just feel like, especially when the athlete is giving his heart out for his team, they always deserve recognition, even if it's, him doing his best job or something like this. Pray for him. Hopefully he comes back healthy.
Yeah, just looking at the math here for 7-4A, it actually looks pretty good for 7-4A. I'm actually surprised. The Bulldogs are 42-point favorites. Northwest Whitfield is a 10-point favorite at home. Heritage is a 1-point underdog on the road. And then the Lions are a 21-point underdog on the road. I mean, so they could pull out 3 or 4 of those games.
Well, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I got to get up early in the morning.
Yeah, Charles, you better rest up for that trip to Trenton next Friday night, huh?
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to have to stretch out before that drive.
Go ahead and pack your car and get ready to go.
Y'all have a good one.
All right,
You
man.
too, man. They're actually on the GHSA website. They're actually filling in the brackets pretty good, so you can kind of see what the matchups might be for your favorites. On into the playoffs.
Yeah, Jake says he's still shocked Hollow Creek beat Northwest earlier this year, and at the time we thought it was a huge upset, first game of the season.
Even bigger now.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, I mean with Northwest Whitfield hosting a playoff game in 4A.
I mean, I felt like, and no offense to Northwest, but I felt like the game when Chattooga played Northwest, it just come off the your COVID delay where they were out 2 weeks and they were real sloppy and just couldn't put anything together. But I felt like they had a chance in the game for a while, just couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, I feel the same about Temple. They got put out earlier in the too. They had that same thing. They came off to a good start. They didn't have a win, I don't think, but they had a lot of potential, and then they had that 2 weeks of COVID, and it just kind of set them back. I got to see them their first game back at Pepperell, and it was the same thing. Penalty after penalty, just hurting themselves.
Yeah, I saw them play Bowden first game of the season. I mean, I thought they looked pretty good, especially in that first half. It was 7-0 at halftime, and I kind of expected them to have a better season than they had. What we got here? We got 5A.
You cannot see that. That's worthless. You can't even see that. All righty. Yeah, we made it to 5A. Chris, what's up, man?
What's happening?
It looked sound like a pretty good game tonight. Did you go to the North Murray game?
Yes.
You did.
North Murray at Lafayette, and it went down to the wire. Lafayette's had a really good year.
Yeah, they battled, and like almost every game they played, regardless of who they played.
Yeah, regardless of who they played, they took Rockmart down to the wire. Andy Scott, I think, has had a good first year as coach at Lafayette.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
I'm
still trying to warm up.
Ringo, all those schools. I would say that Lafayette might have played the whole region closer than anybody did. I know they didn't win as many games, but they played right there with Rockmore. They played right there with Ringo. Had a real good shot against Ringo.
Yeah, 6 AAA was really tough this year. With Rockmart, Adairsville's got a good team. Ringgold has had a phenomenal year. Then you got North Murray and Sonorville. They always seem to be right there. So Lafayette battled through that. I think they've had a great season. They've got some really good players. They've got some good seniors. Dakota Catlett, Coy Pendergrass, Jacob Zweiger, Jalen Ramsey. Just plenty of good football players that I really liked watching this year.
Yeah.
Talking about that 3A, I seen where Adairsville beat LFO tonight by a pretty big score. They weren't in the playoffs, were they, or did they make it to the playoffs?
Yeah, they're the 3 seed and 6.
Adairsville's a 3 seed. Yep.
Yeah, Adairsville's 3.
So it's them, Murray.
So it's Rockmart, Ringgold, Adairsville, North Murray. So in July we did a preview show for 6 AAA, and I told everybody it was going to be Rockmart, Ringgold, North Murray, Adairsville. I was off by 1. I was pretty close. I had Rockmart and Ringgold right.
I can't even remember what I said. I had Rockmart and Ringgold right, I think, but I don't know about the rest.
Yeah, let me say about Lafayette. Their offensive line plays really great. I really like Coy Pendergrass. He's had a great senior year, great career. I think he's a next level type player. That offensive line, they really got a good push up front. Kids that had big games for Lafayette. Austin Tucker and Ross Martin. I don't know who had the most rushing yards, but they really run the ball well tonight, especially Austin Tucker. Jalen Ramsey was a quarterback tonight, which they've moved around quarterbacks several times throughout the season. He was quarterback tonight, but North Murray pulled it out at the end. Ethan Dempsey for North Murray had just a huge game. When you're a senior and you don't know if it's your last game or not, you go out and you have a game like Ethan Dempsey had. That's how you play. And he had a huge game. I think he had 3 touchdowns, 1 receiving, I think 2 rushing. I've got a few videos I'll post later of him. But that was an exciting game. Went right down to the wire. Where did DJ go?
He says
I don't know.
He says his phone's at 3%.
Uh-oh. Hey, this show will kill your phone. That when I was at the lake that week, I think I had to put it in the daggum freezer one time. It overheated.
Ben, I think this comment might be for you, man.
I retweeted.
Okay.
About
you
Rome.
won the region, but you lost to the 3rd seed.
Yeah.
Kaboom!
We talked about it. We talked about it earlier that we like that region, and the numbers like that region a little bit. Did they not?
Yeah,
We
haven't gotten that far yet. We're still on 5A right now, but I can tell you that 1, 2, and 3 in 5A are favorites. Cass is the only underdog, 19-point underdog at St. Pius, which isn't bad.
No, not for the 4 seed. We've been talking 4 seeds as 35-point underdogs. So
yeah.
You got North heading. You got North next week, a 28-point underdog. I don't know if you heard that earlier. That's not surprising. North's a 28-point underdog. Daresville, 30-point underdog at Coney County.
Yeah.
Hart's actually a 12-point favorite
over Ringgold.
At Ringgold.
At Ringgold, and Stevens County is just a 6-point underdog at Rockmart.
At Rockmart.
And
Region 8's tough.
Yeah, we got the news tonight. Somebody posted that the quarterback at Rockmart hurt his knee. That he had an ice pack wrapped around it second half. So
J.D. Davis.
Yeah,
that's not good.
That's not good news for Rockmart playing Stevens County.
Yeah, hopefully the ice pack does the trick.
I wish him the best of luck, Chris, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right. You talked about 7-5A. Cartersville is obviously the 1 seed. They host Lithonia. Calhoun's 2 seed. They'll get Decatur. Blessed Trinity will be on the road at Southwest DeKalb. And Cass is on the road at St. Pius.
Yeah, they're all, 15, 20, 30, 40-point favorites, all but Cass. Cass, 19-point underdog at St. Pius.
As I have been reminded, Rome won that region, and they are the 1 seed, and they will host Johns Creek. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, don't they have recent history with Johns Creek? I don't know. It just seems like I've heard them play in Johns Creek recently before. But anyway.
That's going to be a pretty tough battle between 5 and 7. Rome's the 1 seed, John Creek the 4. Rome's a 13-point favorite over Johns Creek.
I'd take Rome in that and the points. I think they'll beat them worse than that. Ever since the loss, man, they played a lot, really motivated. Let's say that. That's why you get the comments there. I understand they're motivated.
Yeah, I saw Michael Atwater tonight. He was one of the refs for the Lafayette North Murray game, and now I remember something about. He said, "Remember the Rome State Championship season?
Yep.
How it started very similar.
Yep.
And they had a very similar loss, and they took off from there.
I think did they not have 2 losses?
Yep. Early.
And then took off from there. Yeah.
Yeah, they may have been like 2-2 at one point, and then they didn't lose. They won the state championship that year.
We've talked about it before on this show, but we've seen 3 teams go through that this year, with Haralson County, Rome, and Carrollton, and Carrollton lost to Rome when they weren't supposed to. All 3 of them have gone crazy since those losses,
Yeah. And Rome and Carrollton, those are 2 teams that if they get hot, I think they can be right there at the end. I think they're that talented.
Going on down through there, Rome, like I said, is going to host Johns Creek. Carrollton will have Creekview.
Carrollton's 13-point favorite.
South Paulding will be on the road at Cambridge. I would say they're probably underdog in that.
Yeah, they're a 16-point underdog on the road.
And Douglas County is on the road at Riverwood.
And they're a 16-point underdog.
16-point underdog. Speaking of dog, it just made me think. I hadn't mentioned Rob Brown today. He went over the 2,000-yard mark for trying, and I believe he had another 200-plus yard game. They put it on. Gordon Lee pretty good. They owed him after last year's whooping.
Yeah. You know, we're getting ready to start voting for the Northwest Georgia Player of the Year. You know, we got a trophy this year for the winner. I try to narrow the list down to about 8 or 10 people, man. But really, in the grand scheme of things, in my mind, there's only two guys: Rob Brown and Clay Hyatt.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at guys who both, have 2,000 yards offense. They've both scored 30-plus touchdowns. Both of them had 4 touchdowns tonight. It's going to be a tough race.
I feel like if it was a most valuable player trophy, I think you would have to go with Clay Hyatt, because I think, not saying that he's their whole offense, but it would definitely handicap them if they didn't have Clay Hyatt, in my mind. But just they'd have to change some of their schemes, because I see a lot of power.
Yeah. That's it.
You got your little, you might have a little wing. Everybody's in the box. If you can't get in the box and play grown man football, you might as well not step on the field. And they're going to challenge Chattooga's will next week.
Yeah, Burdick and Cook know what's coming at them next Friday night. They better get ready to step up there and hit that 6'4", 230-pound fella.
I think you might want to scrap that 3-man front.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. They'll probably just continue doing what they've done, but got to have a big game, or you're going to get bum rushed. Anyway.
Yep. So is Region 8 AAA set?
It's set. Yeah.
Yes.
Monroe area, Oconee, Hart, Stevens.
That's it.
That's your 4. Yep.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't. That's. I don't like looking at that.
It doesn't make you feel good, huh?
No, it doesn't.
No warm and fuzzies inside.
No, and at Region 8's a tough region, and I would love to see 6 AAA go out there and hit him in the mouth. I don't know. I don't know if they can do it, but I hope they go out and play with a chip on their shoulder. The Jackets, both Tigers and the Mountaineers.
So, Lawrence, we've talked about 14 different regions here. Do you see a region that sweeps, whether it be one of our regions, one of the competitors' regions?
I could see 8 AAA sweeping. That's the most obvious choice.
Yeah.
With their 4 only being a 6-point underdog at Rockmart possibly not having their starting quarterback.
5 AA.
5 AA, yeah. Bremen was in everybody's top 10 to start the season, and now they're the 4 seed out there heading to Fannin.
That's not a good place for Bremen.
No, but did you hear the final of the Fannin Dade County game?
It was close until the fourth quarter, wasn't it?
It was 21-17. It was actually pretty much close throughout. Give Dade credit. Give Fannin credit too. They did what they had to do to win the game.
Give Coach Poston credit.
Yeah,
that guy's had a great year. Just a few years ago, we were talking football. We weren't on this platform, so nobody could hear us talk. But we weren't talking about Dade County the way we are right now, and I think he's got a lot to do with that. And whenever they start selling the third monkey mentality T-shirts, I'll be first in line.
I tell you, the thing that's
Yeah.
impressed me about Dade this year, though, is that they lost their starting quarterback from last year, who threw for 2,200 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid was a top passer in the area, and I thought they'd be down this year, having to replace him. But
I'll tell you what,
here they are.
the quarterback that they're playing now, which Cooper is he? Brody Cooper. He does a good job of not being sacked. He does a good job of getting outside the pocket, looking downfield, finding a little dump off, or even getting yards himself. He was kind of elusive for a big, he's kind of a long guy, about 6'3". And he showed some of that tonight, and they got behind Fannon's defense a few times and put some points on the board. Fannin just too much Seth Reese, too much they don't make mistakes, You can't make mistakes. You can't jump off sides. I know there was one time where, maybe twice where they had them short, maybe third and short or fourth and short, and they was going to go for it. Dade was going to go and false start backs them up, and then you're punting, Those are huge momentum plays. You stay on the field, you score another touchdown, you might put it away, but.
Yeah,
I gotta say this before we go, man. This is totally off subject, but I saw this play tonight in the Rockmart game that was amazing. This kid, I couldn't tell who it was because the telecast was kind of blurry, but he catches a screen pass. He's got a defender in front of him. He runs backwards, probably 10 or 15 yards around the line of scrimmage to the other side of the field and picks up about 10 yards. It's crazy.
Was it a receiver?
Yeah, a receiver. Probably Haynes, huh?
No, Jakari Clark or Dennis Sims. I would say.
Just the speed, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, both of those guys are really fast. Rockmart's got a good team. I mean, I'm going to follow some of them guys, even though they'll be in a different region, a different class. I really like JoJo Haynes as a player. I like Dennis Sims, so I'll watch them next year. And I think Brent Washington. I think he's an FBS type linebacker. I know he's put up a lot of offensive stats, but him watching him play as a linebacker, I mean, I hate comparing players I see to other players. I think everybody's kind of unique, but I don't know how many of you guys remember Rennie Curran, linebacker from Georgia. When I see Brent Washington play, he's about 5'11", 6 foot, about 220, 225. It just reminds me so much of watching Rennie Curran play. So I think Brent Washington's got that kind of talent.
All right, guys, I'm about to cut it short here, man. I gotta get to work.
All righty.
And we will see y'all next Friday night.
All righty. Okay. He's gone. I was asking where he was going. I think he said that he was going to either go to Fannin or Dade County. I think is what he told me.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you will be. Let me look down this list here.
I'll be at Monroe area.
Yeah. Where in the world is that at?
It's like a 10-minute drive.
I
got about 2.5 hour drive in front of me Friday, so that'll be a long one.
Are you staying anywhere, or are you driving back? Or
I'm going to drive back. I think Adairsville will be out at Oconee. And this week we'll probably try to do a podcast, maybe with the Potluck football guys. They are 8 AAA guys, and we'll see how we match up or don't match up, our 4 to their 4. Hopefully, give our teams over here some insight on what they're up against. So that'll be fun. We could also probably do. I could probably talk for an hour on AAA realignment. It's going to be big. It's a mess. It's just a mess. Down in South Georgia, I mean, it's pretty much a whole new region has popped up in the lower left-hand corner of the state. So we'll talk about that when we do a podcast.
As far as I think I was reading, may have been something you posted about a bunch of teams leaving 6 AAA, maybe. Or no?
No, just 2 teams pending appeal. I think Sonorville could still appeal the move to 4A. But there's a total of 16 teams leaving AAA, 14 teams joining AAA, and 13 of the 14 teams that are joining AAA are going to be in South Georgia. So they're going to need a region.
Yeah. So are those teams coming up or coming down, or?
The majority of them are coming up. If you got a few minutes, I don't know how long you plan on being on. Let me send you
I'm good.
Let me send you a picture and see if you can put this picture up on the screen.
Okay. Yeah, just send it on Twitter and I can just pop it right up there.
I've got about 20 videos on my phone. I got to scroll through to find this picture.
But yeah, it's I knew it was going to be interesting. You know, as far as the other regions go, I don't think there's really. I mean, I'll read some things here. Let's see, Carrollton and East Paulding. It says we'll move up classification to 7A. Cartersville promoted to 6A.
I've done worked it out.
Okay, you done worked it all out. I just read
I've done
notes that I got here. Cartersville promoted to 6A, where they will be joined by Rome, Paulding County, South Paulding, Alexander, Altoona, Chapel Hill, blah, blah, blah. Private schools like Blessed Trinity, 5A, Marist, 4A, they'll also move to 6A. So Marist is moving 2 classifications. Dalton falls to Class 5A, and they'll be in there with Calhoun, which is going to stick around in 5A, Villarica, Hiram, and Cass.
Yeah. Yeah, see if you can pull that picture up I just sent you, if you got it.
Let's see here. Yeah, I can pull it up. Let's see if I can make that bigger.
All right, everybody look at the southwest corner of the state of Georgia right here. Look at Columbus. Go straight down from Columbus to the Florida line, then go over to Valdosta, then go back to Columbus. Including Columbus, there are 0 3A teams, AAA teams in that triangle right there. After reclassification, there's going to be 8, and they're going to need a region. And so the regions up here that lost teams were 7, 4, and 5. So I expect some of those regions to be combined to steal the region number.
7, 4, and 5 lost?
Yeah. 7 or 4 was a region of 7 teams. They lost 4 of them. So there's 3 teams remaining. 5 lost 3 teams as well, and 7 lost.
So you would think. Let's see. There's a lot of teams in 6. You would think maybe they would take some of those and put them in like 7, maybe.
I would think they would combine some of 8 with 4, and then take some of the northern half of 8 and put it in 7.
Yeah.
I just think they'll condense the regions in the north part of the state because you also got down there near Savannah, Vidalia will have to join a region down there, and that could make a 9-team region in the Savannah area where 1 and 3 are. I don't know. But there's a lot of speculation and just looking at the teams and where they're located at. I mean, we could probably talk for an hour and speculate on how GHSA does it, but we're going to have to just wait and see what they do. I'm sure they're pulling their hair out.
Oh, yeah. This is by far, it seems like the worst.
Yeah.
The worst one that they're going to have to deal with. I'm trying to pull up 8AA right now, not 8AA, 3A.
This link is an interactive map that GHSA. I could probably tweet this out later if anybody's wanting to take a look at it. So you can play around with what regions you want to see or what classifications you want to see, and it has a little dot there for every school.
Do they have? Is it on the GHSA website? Is that where it's at?
I think so.
It's org, ain't it?
So did you hear any information about the Sonorville-Coahulla Creek game. All I got was a final on that.
Nothing but the score. That's all I heard.
So Creek finishes 4-6, which is still the best season that they've had.
Yeah, that's not it.
Hold on, I'll see if I can pull it up and send it to you. Alrighty. I just sent you the link.
4.
No, go back. It's underneath the picture.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So,
and some other big news for North Meridian tonight. Jaden Rice went over 1,000 yards receiving.
nice.
It's the first 1,000-yard receiver that North Murray's had in a long time. Probably, I think, since 2016. I don't know how many other 1,000-yard receivers we've had in the region. I don't think we have any in the region this year. Seth Griffin, also, we went over 2,600 yards. I think he's approaching 2,700 yards. I know he came into the day leading 3A for the state of Georgia. He's had a huge year.
Alrighty, let's see here. So Stevens County is up here. Franklin. Geez, that's over near.
That's Hart County.
The line, yeah, Hart County. You would think, like you said, you would think, you would merge some of 7 with 6, like this here, Gilmer.
Gilmer, yeah. Gilmer is the furthest west team in 7. So if you're taking teams from 4 and 8 and 7 and some maybe a little bit of 5 and combining them together, it would make sense for Gilmer to come over.
You could take teams like Salem. Maybe Salem's a little south, but like Redan, and they're not going to move GAC out of 5 just because they're.
Well, GAC is moving up in class. They're going to 5A instead of AAA.
So this is current. This is the current.
Yeah, this is current right now, and it's. I've got it all wrote down on who moves and who doesn't move, depending on what region. We'll have to do a podcast about that. Maybe we get the potluck guys on too.
When is do they have a plan as far as when they want to have the region alignment set?
Well, it's going to be after any appeals. So this could be a few weeks we're waiting on this.
And appeals can't be put in until November 9th, I think.
Yeah, that'll be on Tuesday.
I think I read that.
Yeah, and there's some teams out there with a viable appeal. So
yeah, I would say that Sonorville is going to appeal. Don't you think?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you're within five of the limit.
I think any 6 AAA team that's going to make it easier on them that appeals is probably going to get a approval. As far as like chopping the regions up.
Yeah. 6 AAA, and you take 8 AAA, they've got 6 teams in that region. They were untouched by reclassification. I do not think they'll be untouched by realignment. I think they're going to get split up. Maybe 3 go into 7, 3 go merge with 4, and some of 5. Like maybe Salem is down near that area. Morgan County would be another team that used to be in 8 AAA that could be again, or whatever region number they have now. So I don't know. It's just speculation. I know it's a mess with AAA because the new schools all in the South.
It's going to be interesting.
Yep. So I think Coahulla Creek is a team that give us so much excitement this year. It has been fun following them. they finished 4-6. This was their best season they've had. I think Danny Wilson and Vic Ryder and all the other guys over there on the coaching staff has really done a lot for that program. So it was exciting. Hopefully we can get some of those guys on the show when we do a year-end show maybe, and thank them for doing what they do. In Sonorville, I had mentioned a little while ago that I already think Sonorville next year is going to be an unbelievable team. I think they're going to be fighting for a home playoff game, regardless whether they're in 6 AAA or moving up to 7 4A or wherever they go. I think that they're good enough to be fighting for a home playoff game. So
quarterback's young.
Jackson Pate's really good. I think he's got a great arm. I think he plays well. So he's a good leader there.
What about Zach Lyles will be a senior, right?
Yes, they'll have plenty of. They'll have plenty of seniors. You also got Beddington and Bryant are going to be seniors.
Wyatt
Springfield's had an unbelievable year. I think Zach Lyles had a little bit of an injury there at the Rockmart game, and Wyatt Springfield has really stepped up, and he's put up some big numbers.
Yeah, they do have they have a lot, it looks like, coming back that's going to be considered either sophomore or junior right now.
Yeah, they are a very, very young team, and I think they're going to be great next year, regardless where they end up. So this is a team that, we talked to in the preseason, we could see the Ringgold coming. We knew they were going to be huge.
Loaded with senior, loaded with experience and talent.
Yeah. I think the same for Sonorville next season.
Honestly, I think the Ringo game, the Ringo and Rockmart, the score, that doesn't surprise me one bit. I figured it would be a little bit of a stalemate just because both teams are so talented. Ringo just got so many athletes. I mean, Rockmart's got so many athletes. I think.
They both do, and it's athlete on athlete, and
yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't a very high scoring game, but Rockmart plays really good defense, and so they were able to use their athletes up against that rushing attack, and I'm not that surprised that it was a low scoring game because of the speed with the athletes on defense. I just thought maybe they'd put up a few more touchdowns between the two of them.
I'm looking here at the Maxwell playoff predictions. I was going to check and see who they had predicted to win each classification right quick.
Yeah.
AAA, let's see here.
They probably got Oconee or Cedar Grove.
Let's see here. Projections.
Or Monroe area.
Final, they have projected. Semifinal, they have Oconee County versus Thompson. Thompson, and then Rockmart versus Monroe area.
They've got Rockmart in the semifinal?
They have Rockmart in the semis. They have Monroe area winning over Oconee County. That's who they have in 3A.
Yeah, the Monroe area already had a 17-14 win over Oconee in regular season region play. It'd be tough to do it again. It's usually tough to beat the same team twice when it's a close game in the same season.
AA, you have Northeast and Fitzgerald, Bleckley County, and Thomasville. And they have Thomasville beating Fitzgerald for the AA state title.
They've got Thomasville beating Fitzgerald?
That's exactly what it says.
Wow. So Thomasville is a school from down around just to the west of Valdosta. They're in that triangle that I showed on that picture. They will be a AAA school next year.
We had Thomasville a few years ago in basketball. They come to Chattooga and they had Reggie Perry and it seemed like they had two guys about 6'10", and we actually upset them.
Really?
We beat them, with a bunch of 6'2" guys.
Well, basketball around here is I look for those Lafayette Ramblers to really make a push at a state title this year. I think they're talented enough. You got Junior Barber and Jalen Ramsey,
Oh yeah,
which I think they're the best backcourt in AAA. And
they had a
Aiden Hadaway.
shot at beating the state champs last year. I was there against what they play the Razorbacks. I can't remember what the team was. They ended up winning the state championship, I'm pretty sure, and they cut it down to 4 with a few minutes to go, and just they pulled away. But
yeah, I'm thinking, was it Sandy Creek or something?
no, it wasn't Sandy Creek. It was I'm pretty sure they were the Razorbacks, and they had a point guard outside that was just, man, he was just cold blooded.
Yeah.
But like you said, though, they were a very good team. They were one of the better teams that I watched all year, and I watched a lot of basketball.
Yeah, I watched that game you're talking about, Lafayette, and I think it was with semifinals. I watched it on NFHS.
Yeah, it was it was a tough ticket. I mean,
yeah,
it was an extremely tough ticket because I had to buy mine like first of the week, like Monday or Tuesday, like whenever they come out. Let's see here. It was Cross Creek. The Razorbacks. They actually lost 72-60, but with 2 minutes left, I believe they were up. They were down 4, but they had cut it to 4. Single A public. They have Macon County winning Single A public. Macon County beating Manchester, and Schley County losing to Brooks. So Macon County and Brooks County, they have. I remember both of these teams when they played in Double A. They were
Brooks is there every year. They've got a great program.
Yeah, and Macon County, if I'm not mistaken, that's where Roquan Smith was from. Montezuma, Georgia.
Montezuma.
I'm pretty sure.
Who do they got 4A?
4A. Let me look. That's going to take a lot of scrolling up.
How about Northwest getting that home playoff game again? We've been talking about that for 6 weeks now that we saw that coming.
They deserved it. They played their way into it. 4A bracket. Benedictine. And that is a
former 3A school, former AAA school from Savannah.
Former 2A school, too. They used to dominate in 2A.
Yeah.
It's an all-boys school, right, towards Savannah? Yep. They have them beating Jefferson. Jefferson versus Baldwin, Benedictine, and North Oconee.
Okay. No Cedartown?
No, I don't see Cedartown. Let me see what the odds makers like. How far down they were. Cedartown is whatever this means. There's I don't know how the Maxwell rankings does odds. The odds of Benedictine winning is 0.20, and Cedartown's odds of winning are 113.38. I don't know if that compares. I don't know if that makes any sense to you.
Okay. I would say
I don't know.
pretty good.
I don't know exactly. I don't know how to do that, but
yeah,
I'm interested in seeing the rest of them right quick before we get off here. Unless you gotta get out of here.
No, I gotta get up here in a minute and put more wood on the fire.
And Trinity Christian is favored in Single A private. Eagles Landing Christian defeated by Trinity Christian. Calvary Day defeated by Prince Avenue Christian. And that's the two favorites there. Let's go to 5A. I wonder how high up Rome is. What?
Who do they have in 2A? I'm interested to see where Rabin and Harrelson stack up.
Yeah. I was surprised that neither one of those teams were in their prediction. They have Rayburn. Wait a minute now. They have Rayburn losing to Thomasville in the third round.
All right. That'd be the Elite Eight.
But yet they have them the second highest chance of winning. But because Thomasville is the first highest chance, they're eliminated in the Elite Eight.
Okay.
Haralson County is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the list. Thomasville, Rayburn, Bleckley, Fitzgerald, Northeast, Swainsboro, Dodge, and then Haralson. If you're interested in Fannin County, they are 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th on the list.
Okay.
They're obviously the highest of any 7AA team. Next on the list, I don't see Pepperell. I think next on the list is Dade County.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back up to 5A, I think we already talked about 4A.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Projections for 5A. Woodward Academy losing to Warner Robins in the semifinal. And then Creekside losing to Ware County. They have Ware County winning the title in 5A. Interesting.
Yep. I thought it'd be Warner Robins. Cartersville.
Warner Robins is second highest, with Cartersville sitting at fourth highest. Calhoun is seventh highest on the list, and Blessed Trinity is the ninth highest team. So, I mean, that region is well represented in the top 10.
Yeah. The SEC of 5A football.
All about matchups.
Yep.
A little bit bigger boys here. Rome in the semifinals. Hughes. I'm not familiar with Hughes. You ever heard of Hughes High School?
No.
Is that Langston?
I've
Hughes?
heard of it, but I don't know where it's at.
I don't either. They're favored over Rome in the semifinals, and Buford is favored over Carrollton in the semifinals. So 2 teams from Rome's region in the semifinals projection.
That'd be pretty good.
Absolutely, that would be good. Buford's favored to win it all.
Yep.
And then I think 7A is. I don't think we have any local teams in 7A. What's the closest 7A team?
Down in Atlanta.
Well, you're talking about some big boys here. Mill Creek favored over Brookwood in the semifinals.
Collins Hill's probably going to win it all.
Collins Hill favored over North Cobb, and Collins Hill's favored over Mill Creek. And I think this might be the biggest difference between first and second as far as on the odd percentage that I'm looking at here. It's a big difference.
Collins Hill is a top 10 nationally ranked team.
And they're not enough.
For a good reason.
I mean, they got like 4,000 students, don't they?
Yeah. That's a big school. Very
Absolutely.
big. I mean, I don't think they've got the facilities that a Buford has. I don't know if you've looked at Buford's facilities they have.
The last time I seen Buford's facilities, we got beat 35-14, and that was in 2004. So it's probably better now.
Yeah, they've got
a jumbotron and turf field then. So I mean,
well, they've got about 7 or 8 turf fields, different practice fields,
different
middle school fields.
Do they have an indoor yet? I'm surprised they don't have an indoor.
I don't know. Indoors are growing around Georgia. It's becoming very popular. I know Buford Arena, the basketball arena, is pretty impressive.
I've been to GAC's arena, but I've never been to Buford because Buford, not too awful long ago. Well, I guess it has been now. I mean, 2004, that's a while ago. They were in AA at that point.
Yeah, they've gotten a bit bigger since then.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens. Some stay the same and some get bigger.
Yeah,
Chattooga is they're the same. or less. And Buford, obviously, with everything around it near Atlanta, has just boomed.
Yep.
All right, brother. Well, I actually have a busy day tomorrow too. I have 6 a.m. work and then 12 noon tea time.
I have 11 o'clock basketball practice for my son and 12 o'clock Georgia game.
Oh yeah, I'm probably going to elect to go play golf because I think Georgia can handle what they need to do. I might
Yes.
watch some of it on the golf cart.
Yeah, I won't be in no hurry to get home from basketball practice, so
Yeah.
I think Georgia's got this one tomorrow.
So just so if there's anybody's listening or anybody goes back and watch, keep an eye out. Probably Wednesday or Thursday, we'll try to get something together. Talk about the playoff matchups. Just depends on when everybody's available. When I post it, though, it'll go on all of our media accounts.
Yeah, and our preview show for 6 AAA next year, let me just throw this out there, probably next July after we see the spring games. I'd like to do a bit bigger 6 AAA preview show. I would like to get some guys from around the region. I talked to an old buddy of mine named Heath Tucker tonight, and he's from Lafayette. His son had a huge game rushing the ball tonight. But I'd also like to get 5 or 6, maybe somebody from each school, and get together and talk about some of these great players we got next year. So
I agree.
That would be fun.
I agree. That's awesome. We're going to try to drum up as many people as we can so we can continue talking to people, get more schools in there.
Yeah.
We've posted the last couple of weeks. We hadn't really announced it too much, but we're going to continue as long as we have teams in the playoffs. We'll probably continue doing a wrap-up show talking about these teams. And every week we're posting on our social medias on Northwest Georgia Football, on at B Burge, on mine. We'll probably get somebody else to post it too. But you can click on the link and you can join us live.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to talk about your team. I mean, if you don't want your face on there, I think we could take it out where it's just sound, or heck, I'm putting my ugly mug on there, so we're good. You don't have to have any fancy backgrounds or camo.
You can do it from your cell phone. So we can just text you a link, and you click on it, scroll down, put your name in, hit enter. You're on the show.
It's super easy. Anybody can do it. I mean, And thanks to Coach Peavy for, he come back again tonight, the first and the second coach to ever be on. And, man, that guy just has a lot of exuberance about him. I enjoy the way he talks about the kids, and you can tell he cares about the program. And I hope they don't beat us too bad next week.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
And we're also going to do at the end of the season, we're going to do a big show and see how, whoever wants to come on, especially seniors, after you're done, come on, say hey for a minute or so.
Yeah. And then maybe we can get the coaches on and do like a wrap up. A lot of them don't want to stick their toe in the water during the season. I don't blame them. They got more things to worry about, but I think we might can get some coaches in here.
Yeah, and it's a Christmas special for all the underclassmen. If you've been a good football player all year, Benton Burge will come down your chimney and leave you extra mouthpieces under the tree.
Oh my goodness!
And we don't want no cookies and milk. We want ribs and hot wings. All right?
Wings. I like it. Mild. Let's go mild. Don't want no indigestion flaring up. What about? I asked Lawrence off air. And he said he might be interested in doing a little bit, but we talked about maybe talk about a little basketball. Do you do any basketball?
Yeah, and I know some former Tennessee Vol players I've talked to recently that would like to check out some basketball in Northwest Georgia. Sweet. And maybe they'll come on a podcast. They like that there's some big-time players here. So maybe I've talked them into that LFO Lafayette game, which I think there's going to be a lot of talented dudes on the floor. Maybe we'll get a couple former SEC players in there to watch, and we'll do a podcast with them, talk about what they see.
And I have personally met I don't know if you know who Kyle Sandy is that does Sandy Spill.
Yep, I know.
You know him too? Okay.
Yeah.
So I've
I haven't met him, but we've talked on Twitter all the time.
yeah. He's been in Somerville, and I've met him before, and he's real big on a lot of the guys up here. He's real big on your guy that you just talked about from Lafayette.
Aiden Hadaway.
Yeah, Hadaway, yeah.
And Junior Barber. I would say you're going to hear a lot about Junior Barber this year. That is an unbelievable basketball player.
I'm not sure if he's posted the I know this is a football show, but I'm not sure if he's posted his preseason players or preseason teams for AAA yet. I know he's posted 2A, and I believe Chattooga's Jalen Johnson was on the third team as a guard.
Yeah.
He was all SEC, all 7AA last year, and Chattooga has a freshman that he even mentioned on his podcast the other day, Xavier Gray. And I've seen him play before. He's a natural basketball player. He's shot up. He's probably 6'2", 6'3". I think the sky's the limit if he can keep his mind right. That may be the most important thing.
I mean, we got two. We got a lot of talented players. I think Hadaway's already committed to Ohio. You got Jamichael Davis from LFO.
Yeah,
that's another player. I think he's already got an Auburn offer in.
Jeez.
Yeah, and you got Barber and Ramsey. I think are great basketball players. Also, I can't think of his name from Adairsville. TJ from Adairsville. I can't think of his last name.
I don't know, but I know Chattooga is going to play in that one of those tournaments, maybe a Christmas tournament or something at Adairsville. So there's a good chance that we might could hook up with some of those teams.
Yeah.
And that would be very interesting.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Because that's a step up. I know.
Maybe do some podcasting.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Hey, let's get Team FYN Sports and see if they'll let us broadcast on FYN TV. And me and you announce the games. Of course, we don't know anything about basketball.
Man, I dabbled in basketball back in the day, but it's been a long time and about 100 pounds ago.
Yeah.
But
right,
I've watched a lot and I've officiated. I actually do that. I've been officiating for I don't know how many years now. So, and nobody likes an official.
All right. Well, I got to get off here. I'll let you guys go.
Me too. We'll talk more about it off air.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later. We'll see you next Friday.
All right. We'll see you Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, Wednesday. We'll see you Wednesday.